So this is an example of community marketing. It was zero expenditure by Mozilla Corporation, but the community got together and figured out a way that they could help promote Firefox. So we're trying to think of the ways like that to help continue to promote and spread Mozilla. On campuses, people are doing creative things. This took place at a college campus in the United States. They got together in the center of the campus, and they made a huge chalk drawing of Firefox, and this was carried on a local news. Around the launch of Firefox 2, some of our community members got a local television station to help promote the launch. And of course, a lot of people know that even aliens prefer Firefox. So maybe you guys have seen this. This was a crop circle that was done by students in the United States. So at this point, let me take you to a little bit about Firefox 3.1. Firefox 3.1 is the new upcoming version of our browser. And it has a lot of fantastic new features that many people might want to learn about. We have an enhanced JavaScript engine that's known as TraceMonkey. It uses an idea called tracing for better JavaScript performance. But in addition to that, it has a lot of new components that are critical to help promote the open web. So how many people here have heard of or know about HTML5? Does anyone want to take just a quick guess or a quick explanation of HTML5? Just something very brief. Yeah, video, Canvas is something. HTML5 itself is the next specification for the language, the web language HTML. And people are getting together discussing what will constitute HTML5. What things should be included for all of the web to use as a standard in HTML5. Firefox 3.1 has already started to implement some of those things. So I'll show you a couple demos right now that give you an idea about what we've done in Firefox 3.1 to help already advance the ideas that are still being debated in HTML5. Some of those include the video tag that you mentioned. There's a Canvas tag that'll show. SVG. Is anybody here familiar with scalable vector graphics? Okay, tell us a little bit about that. Exactly. SVG is an XML-based graphic tag or implementation that allows people to have basically describe a graphic with XML inside a web page. So some of the things that I'll show you, you'll see an immediate comparison and why this is powerful. I want people to start thinking about images like when you display a JPEG inside a website, what happens and how SVG is different. So let me take you through and show you a couple examples. So one of the cool things too about Mozilla is that when problems happen with the browser, we can file a bug. That's part of the open community. And I've been running these demos a couple times the browser crashes. So if the browser crashes, anyone wants to help me file a bug later, we'll do that. But let's start with SVG. So I was just describing SVG. And what's your name again, please?
My name is Evie.
Say it again.
Call me Jerry.
Jerry. So Jerry was talking about XML as a way to describe the image inside the web browser. So everybody here can see this image. What is, oh, there it is. This is a Bengal tiger. Okay. Now, if this object were positioned inside a website as just an ordinary image, what would happen if I zoomed in on that object? What if I got in really close to like this tooth? What would happen to that image, right? As we know the web right now. It'd probably become very pixelated, right? The image would get very, very blurry. So let me show you the change we made in Firefox 3.1, and this will become more of a standard with HTML5. But we zoom in, and look at how the image actually remains still very clear. There's minimal, if not any, pixelation, right? In the same way, if I zoom out, the object remains still very, very crisp at any resolution, at any zoom, at any stage of the browser. So if we take a look at that, let me take a look at the source code of this. Can you guys see this? This is the page source inside the browser. This is the SVG tag that opens up exactly what's happening. And somebody, some brilliant and determined developer, went through and coded in XML that object. So that is now available for everybody to see, which is a cool thing. If you're a web developer, you can see just how they created that tiger. And it's not locked up as some image of just a JPEG. And it scales so nicely. So you start thinking about some of the power of the web that can happen with Firefox 3.1. And feel free as I show these demos for you guys to sort of kick out some ideas or suggestions as you see them.
How large is the XML file?
Say it again.
How large is the XML file?
That I don't know. Let me scroll down. You can see a very determined guy here. There's the end of the tag. So he went from top to bottom and coded all of that stuff. Yeah. 720 lines. 720 lines of code. Yes, that's not easy, right? But the cool thing about it is he did it all inside SVG, which enables that scaling, and it allows everybody to go in and see exactly what he did. Okay, so let me show you an interesting set of Canvas demos. So let's go to, let's see what this does. Here's another example of SVG inside a web browser with some JavaScript overlaid. Another example of something cool here. So watch, behind here is an image that's written in SVG. It's a baboon with some writing. And then there's some JavaScript over the top of it that allows you to go through, and it creates a circle. And that circle moves with the mouse gesture. So again, this is all easily viewable at the source, and it's really, it's not too hard to do, right? You can see in here there's some SVG. There's a little bit of JavaScript in there. Stuff probably people are familiar with, know how to do, or could learn pretty easily. Let's take a look at this video. Oh no, let's not do that one yet. Okay. So the next thing I'll talk about is the video tag in HTML5. So video is a new specification described inside the HTML5 by the working group. And this allows you to tag inside a website a special tag now called video that defines a video specification. And what we've enabled with Firefox 3.1 is open video encoding, right? So you have the codec is OGG and the encoding might be Theora. These are all ways to present video on the web. And a lot of things that are on the web now people know through like Flash, right? So how many people have developed something in Flash before? Any Flash developers? Okay. So to use Flash and to do something in Flash, it's pretty much you can do a lot of stuff, but to get the maximum experience with Flash, you probably have to pay for the top-end developer tools or the top-end access to it. With Open Web or with the Open Video tag that we're enabling Firefox 3.1 to basically recognize the different video encodings, we're now enabling things like this inside a web browser. So let me start this video and pay close attention. I'm going to click down on this box, okay?